Hey, sixth graders, we are in our data book today, which is still in your math journal, but today we are looking at mean, median, mode, and range. Now, this should go into page 2 after your vocabulary, which is on page 1. So make sure that you put it into your brand new table of contents that we have. And then this foldable you should already have with you. So we're filling in the foldable first, and then we have one other page to do. So this is what the front cover looks like. Now I'm going to switch to the inside of the book so that we can do the work that goes on the inside pages. Okay, so this is what the inside of your foldable should look like. And we're going to start here with mean. So for mean, the mean of a set of numbers is always our average. So you think average. Excuse my handwriting on all of these. I'm doing the best that I can. Now, there are steps to find the mean or the average. You first have to add all of the values or all of the numbers that they give you, and then you have to divide by the number of numbers that they gave you. And I'll show you exactly what I mean over here on the right side. So let's say that we were given a set of numbers, and let's say this was maybe a student's test scores for a semester. So I'm going to give you our test scores here, our 80 and 85. They got a 60, a 90, another 85, and the last one here is going to be, yikes, a 20. So they had 6 test scores, as you can see here. So in order to find the mean, go back over and look at the left. It says we have to add all of our values. So you would need to add these together, meaning that you're going to have to stack them up and down. So we're going to have to add them like this. 85 plus 60 plus 90 plus 85 plus 20. And we have to add those all together. So we get, let's see, 0. 8, 16, 17, 23, 32, 44, 20, 42. Okay. So we should get the number 420. So 420 is our total when we add them together. Now that's not our average yet because we still have to divide by the number of numbers. Well, in this set, they gave us 6 total numbers. So that's what we have to divide by now. So we're going to divide this by 6. So 6 goes into 42 7 times, and 7 times 6 is 42. Then we have our 0. We have to ask ourselves how many times does 6 go into 0? And it goes in 0 times, and then we end with our perfect 0 at the end. So our answer for once we add them all together and we divide by the number of numbers, our average for this student and their test scores was a 70. So their average was a 70. Now, sometimes there might be a decimal on this number. It might not be a pretty number. There may be a decimal, and that's okay. So if you have to add decimal 0 at the end, that is a-okay. So that's mean or the average. Our next one down here is the median. When we do the median in a problem, the median is the middle. So we are going to think middle number. Now, in order to do this, it's not the middle with how they gave you the numbers. We have to first put them in order. So we have to put the numbers in order from least to greatest in order to know which number falls in the middle. So let's go look up here. Let me zoom out so you can see our numbers. We're going to use the same numbers. So there were our numbers in green. We have to put them from least to greatest. So our least now is going to be our 20. Then we had 60, 80, 85, 85, and 90. So the second step over here, it says mark off the high and low values until you reach the middle. So we're going to go until we find the number in the middle. So over here, I cross off the 20 with the 90. I cross out the 60 and the 85, and then, oh no, this happens sometimes. Sometimes there's not just one number in the middle because we had an even number of numbers. So instead, we have two numbers. Now, those aren't both the answer. It says over here on the left, if there are two middles, add them together and divide by 2. So really what we're looking for is whatever is halfway between those numbers. Sometimes you can look at it and tell, sometimes you have to do the math because it might be a decimal. So we have to take 80 plus 85, which gets us 165. And we have to divide that by 2 to figure out the average of those two numbers. So 2 goes into 16 8 times. 8 times 2 is 16. Subtract. Bring down my 5. 2 goes into 5 2 times. And we get 4. We're left with a 1, so that becomes 82 and 1/2, or if we want to add the decimal 0, 82, 2 goes into 10.5. So my average, and you'll see if you are good at looking at 80 and 85 and telling what is exactly halfway between them, that's fine, but really we need to know how to add them and divide by 2. So my middle number, even though this wasn't a number they gave me, the very middle would be 82.5. So that is our middle number. Sometimes it's easier than that because there's just one in the middle. But next we are looking at mode. For mode, our key word that we think of is most, which is kind of easy because most and mode kind of start the same. So most and mode. Okay, this one also says put the numbers in order from least to greatest. That's just to avoid making a mistake with a big set of numbers. Now on our set of numbers, to me, I can look at them and tell which one is the most. It means which one's repeated the most. So we're looking for the number that appears the most or has a repeat. And there may be more than one mode, or there may be none. So if none of the numbers repeat, then there might be no mode. But in our set, if we look up here, we have the only number that repeats up there is 85. So when we're looking at it and we put it in order from least to greatest again, we have 20, 60, 80, 85, 85, and 90. The only number that repeats in here is our 85s. So my mode is going to be whatever number repeats. Now, let's say there was another 90 over here. If there were two 90s and two 85s, then our mode would be 85 and 90. So it just depends on what numbers you have, okay? Let's see here. Moving down to the last one. The range. When we think of range, our word that we are supposed to think of here is difference. And difference is one of those key words that we've written several times in our math journal. Difference always tells us that we are subtracting. So in this one, we know we're going to have to subtract. It says, again, we need to put the numbers in order from least to greatest. And then we are going to subtract because difference means subtract. We're going to subtract the lowest number from the highest number. So our numbers, 20, 60, 80, 85, 85, and 90. I'm looking at 20 and 90, and I have to subtract them. So I'm going to do 90, take away 20, and I get 70 for my difference. It's just the difference between these two numbers, the biggest and smallest. Again, you have to have it in order because if you leave it messy like they give it to you at the beginning, it's not first and last, it's in order from least to greatest. So you have to subtract the smallest and biggest. We will do a lot more with these so you'll get better at them. We have to add one extra little page here, and this in your book should be your page. Let me double check here. Now we're going on to our page 3. So I'm going to go to the next page. This will be your page 3. It'll be really quick. Okay, so this is page 3. And our title on this is Categorical versus numerical data. So we're talking about two different types of data here. Now we're going to make like a little flow chart looking thing that tells us the difference here. So over on the left, I'm going to put categorical. And over here, I'm going to put numerical. Now, categorical, these are big words, and I'll tell you an easier way to remember them, but categorical is what we also call qualitative. And I'll explain that here in a second. Qualitative. And numerical is like quantitative. Now, quantity, when you think of that word, a quantity is like an amount of something. So that's why it also kind of goes with numerical, because numerical number. So quantitative data goes with numerical. Quality is like a category. So now let's branch down to our next thing here. Categorical, just like it sounds like, is when something fits under a category. So category is really the easier way to think of that one. And then numerical, just like it sounds again, that's when something can be answered with, with numbers. Wow, that was really messy. So categorical is categories, numerical is numbers. So now we're going to slide down a little bit further. We're going to talk about some different kinds of these. So for instance, a question that could be answered, and it's categorical data, it would have a category answer. So for instance, it might be if somebody asked you what your eye color is. You would answer with a color, not a number. So that would be like a category. Or if they asked you what your favorite food is, that's not a number answer. That would be a category. Or what, I don't know, color your hair, favorite food, what your favorite sport is. So favorite anything or color of anything, it's going to have an answer that's other than a number. So now if we're looking over here at numerical, obviously this answer is going to have a number answer. So if somebody asked about the temperature, if they asked about age, if they asked about height or weight, all of these would have number answers, so they would be numerical data. Okay, that was it. We're going to add some more examples in class for categorical and numerical, but I just want you to have this to start with. And again, this was your page 3. Your mean, median, and modes was page 2, and your page 1, you should have had your vocab already in there. So make sure your page 1, 2, and 3 are already filled out in your table of contents, and then you guys will be ready for tomorrow. You guys are rock stars. Thank you for watching this. I will see you soon.